Bryce Mitchell, Jean Silva, good versus evil.
Oh, man.
Flat Earth versus Christian. Lord Assassin versus Bryce. We'll just leave it at that. I like Bryce. Bryce is awesome. He's great. He's kind of gone off the deep end a little bit lately, right? With the Hitler stuff, whatever. We've been there a million times talking about what he does inside the octagon. Very good wrestling. Very, very good wrestling. Lost to to Josh Emmett, of course. First interaction then they had, he got clipped and knocked out, and he was shaking. Then he comes back and beats what's his face, Kron Gracie. To be fair, Kron Gracie isn't the best MMA fighter. Dangerous jiu-jitsu, Bryce took him out. Jean Silva is knocking everybody out. I think if this stays on the feet, Bryce is in a lot of trouble here. But what do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I think Bryce needs to be shooting constantly in this fight. As soon as it starts, make him grapple the entire time, because Jean Silva is just too slick, too powerful, having too much fun in there. I got nothing against Bryce other than the bullshit that he said before, like you said. I think it's going to be competitive early. I think he's going to have to really fight off some takedowns. But, man, I don't know if I can go against Jean Silva in this one. I think he's going to get it done, and he's probably going to find a way to knock him out.
Jean Silva versus Bryce Mitchell. It's a tricky one. I got to go with the Lord Assassin. I'm sorry, Bryce, if you see this. Just stylistically, I mean, he's so clean. He's so clean. And
he is fighting with the power of Christ, though.
He's fighting with the power of Christ. And I think the Lord Assassin is fighting with the power of Christ as well.
That's the
problem. Show me a Brazilian that isn't
who's not fighting with the power of Christ. Yeah.
Heavily into religion. Yeah. I don't know if they exist. Okay.
I think Jean Silva should come out to like some very religious song just to get to him a bit.
I think Jesus sits this one out. Okay. This will be one of the rare occasions. It'll be one of the rare occasions where he won't use his influence and his powers to choose a winner. Because we know every other fight he's up there on his throne and he's like,
we should have got his pick.
Jesus?
Yeah.
Have you
I'll
seen
talk to him later.
Have you seen the show, The Righteous Gemstones?
It sounds really familiar. I feel like I have.
Dude, it's like it's Kevin McBride. What's he called?
Kenny Powers.
No. Yeah, but the actor, Kenny Powers.
Yeah, Danny McBride.
You know,
Danny McBride. Danny McBride, yeah. It's his new show. It is so good. You got to watch it. Anyway, sorry, it just made me think of it because they're doing a show on it called Teen Jesus. I don't know why my mind went there. I've got ADHD, but if you haven't seen it, check it out, bro. It is so funny. You will laugh your head off.
Gemstones?
The Righteous Gemstones. The first episode takes a little bit to get going. But anyway, it's all about, they're basically charlatans, like Joel Osteen, the mega churches and flying around the world in private jets and stuff. It's a comedy based around the family that do that. And it is wild. It is hilarious. It's laugh out loud funny. Check it out, man. You will laugh. But yeah, Jesus will sit this one out and will leave mortal man to settle their problems.
Unless the devil chimes in, he might be picking a side.
Oh, Jesus. Who's the devil? This one.
According to Bryce, it would 100% be the possessed Jean Silva.
Because when he started barking,
he felt the demons. He felt the demon, yeah.
Because he was going, roar, roar. What was he?
Yeah,
was
he's possessed. Yeah, he does all kinds of crazy shit.
See, points to consider.
Yeah. I wonder if the odds makers are taking that into consideration, though. I don't think so. They should.
I wouldn't mind being possessed by a demon if I was going into a cage. Sounds like a benefit.
It might be the time to do it.
That'd be if the demon is going to take hold of me, do it when I'm in the octagon, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Don't do it next time we have Bryce Mitchell on. He's going to confront you about saying that, right?
Yeah, but don't do it at Sunday lunch, okay? If you're gonna,
that's not the time.
Do it in the middle of an octagon. All silliness and jokes aside, and of course, come on, we're just being silly. If you're a very religious person, we respect all cultures and faiths. We're just having a laugh, guys. I think it's a tremendous fight. I think Jean Silva I just think he's on a roll right now. I think he's probably maybe got more ways to win. But I tell you what, Bryce Mitchell is very motivated.
Yeah, I hope Jean doesn't overlook him. That would be my only worry, is that he goes in too confident in this fight. And then if Bryce gets him on the ground and there's a scramble that happens, I mean, there's ways for him to win.
Yeah, and Bryce, because of all the noise, shall we call it, listen, we had that bell end talking about me on his social media, Helwani the other day. So you get a few DMs of their little sycophants, So I'm sure that Bryce Mitchell has had his inbox has just been flooded with hate and abuse and stuff like that. And you can take that two ways. You can let that affect you, and you kind of get withdrawn, and back away and shy away from the world, or you can use it as motivation. And if Bryce has harnessed that and channeled it the correct way, then it could have or cause a real problem for Jean Silva. But my pick's Jean Silva, Harrington and Brown, real quick. We got more fights. Come on.
All right, I'm on record as saying I don't plan on betting against the Fighting Nerds, but that's until I saw they're giving me Bryce Mitchell a plus 250. Simply as an odds proposition, I have to take that. In a vacuum, I think Jean Silva, you'd be crazy not to lean him a little bit, but at over 2.5 to 1, I don't see how you don't take Bryce Mitchell, take a stab at it.
And just for non-American viewers right now, the plus 250, because people in the UK and other countries don't really know what that means. If you put $100 on Bryce Mitchell, you will win $250. So you'll walk away with $350.
I think the odds would be 2 to 5 in Britain, something like that.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Brian?
I'm going with Bryce Mitchell hitting him with the flat earth. Bam.
Ooh, hitting him over the head. All right, today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, that is going to help you get professional therapy done online, done very, very conveniently, and it's going to help you save some money. Traditionally, in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which, of course, that adds up very quickly. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Therapy should be accessible, not a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense, and it can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress to substance abuse, alcohol issues, whatever it is, your mental health is worth it, and now it is within reach. I've done this myself. I've talked about it many times. I did some anger management counseling. I am telling you right now, speaking to a licensed professional therapist will help you understand things on a much deeper level, okay? And of course, it's very, very convenient. You don't have to drive to the other side of town. You haven't got to find a parking space. You haven't got to sit uncomfortably in a doctor's waiting room. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And you can switch therapists at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/believe to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP, betterhelp.com/believe.